Hi there and happy holidays from Oak Hills, California, United States of America. It is December 7th and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-Step System to Pass a TOEFL IBT, and you are one of my online TOEFL course students. And it looks like you sent me a pronunciation pretest earlier today. And I'm going to listen to it right now, so let's see how you did with this one.
Both, wrong, grow, honor, over, father, to, pat, put, map, mop, tack, dock, an, on, mac, mock,
Okay.
bright, brown, broil, lie, loud, loyal, pie, pound,
Okay.
great, get, late, lit, meat, mit, bleed, glit.
Now my suggestion here on lesson 10, this is one that you want to work on, and you might want to write these down. You need to make that long vowel sound a little bit longer. So you'll say here, gate, get, late, let, mate, met. So you just need to make it a little bit longer than what you're doing. That would help improve your intelligibility with that.
Then, meet, met, peat, pit, leap, lip, seat, sit, eat, hit.
Good.
Look, look, took, tool, though, good, cool.
Remember, this word's not though, it's tough. Believe it or not. Now, one of the things as you go through my course that you'll realize in the pronunciation section, you'll get more familiar with the unusual consonant spellings or the sound spelling patterns of American English. So, for example, sometimes when you put GH at the end of a word, it's more of an F sound, like tough, tough. Now, if I say THOUGH, then you don't pronounce it, you say though.
Match, mush, cheap, sheep.
That was hard. Cheap, sheep. You did not get those. It sounded like you said cheap and cheap.
Feature, fisher, shift, shaft, cheer, shear.
Yeah, it looks like this initial consonant sound, that CH and SH, in the beginning position, that's probably where you need to work the most with your pronunciation with those sounds.
Of, half, have, fine, vine, fan, van, wafer, waver.
Wafer, waver. So of or off, you'll say off of. Half, have. Fine, vine. Fan, van. Wafer, waver. So I think you can probably work on lesson 14 too.
Of, have, oh, sorry. How, habit, who, rash, behavior, hate.
Hate.
Batman, bitten, important, brightening, hat-rack, threatened.
Now what I was saying here is, if you were familiar with the glottal stop on lesson 15, the answer is no. So you can say Batman, but a lot of native speakers, I want you to also be familiar with this pronunciation. Let me read them here. Batman, bitten, important, brightening, hat rack, threatened. Notice, threatened.
Off.
That's lesson 16, right?
Major, fragile, freezer, legend, lesion, engine, azure.
This one you can work on a little bit. This is lesson 16. So we have major, measure, fragile, Frazier, legend, legion, engine, Azure.
large, Asia,
Asia.
cake, cake,
Now here's the key. This is tricky. When the G's at the end of the word, it's a voice consonant, which means there's vibration in your vocal folds when you produce the sound. That's going to make the vowel before it a little bit longer. So you'll say cake, keg.
sink, sag,
No, sink, sag.
came, game, cap, gap, lake, log,
Lake, lag.
lean, rear, key, better, luggage, rugged, other, right, light, committed,
Okay, good. Lesson 19.
peace, peace,
Pace,
base,
pace.
flap,
It's pace, bass.
flap, flab, cup, cup, lap, lap,
No, this is tough. This is a hard one for you too. Lesson 19. Now, lesson 19, it kind of follows the same principle as 17. When the B's at the end of the word, because it's a voice consonant, it's going to make the vowel before it longer. Or if the P, a voiceless consonant, is at the end of the word, it's going to make the vowel which precedes it shorter. So if you look at these words with the P and the B at the end, you'll say flap, flab, cap, cab, and so on.
pay, bay, lies, lies, zip, zip,
Okay?
zoo, zoo, make, maze,
Now the first word is maze, maze. So mace, you want to say it shorter because that S is voiceless consonant. So mace, maze.
log, lean, rear, peace, peace, base, flap, Eliza,
Okay, here we go. Lesson 21.
multiple, report, report,
Robert.
example, pressure, principle, number, people, philosopher,
Okay, good, pretty good.
volcanism, written, maximum, question, summer, reason, chasm, often,
Good.
tip, dip, cart, cart, tie, tide, train, drain, fat, fat,
Let's try these two words here again. Tight, tide. Tight, tide. All right.
dream, dream, thigh, thigh, breathe, breath, breathe, teeth, teeth,
No, you're having trouble with this one too. You have thigh, thy. Breath, breathe. Teeth, teeth. Through, though. Worth, worthy.
throw, though, worth, worthy.
Okay.
What is your question?
Now you're now going to tell me a little bit about yourself, right? Now as you're answering these three specific questions at the end, I'm going to also give you an intelligibility score, right? So first of all, based on part A, I took some notes down, and here are some lessons I think are important for you right now. Lesson number 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 23, and lesson number 24. Now if you need to, at the end of each of those lessons, at the end of each of those video lessons, I do have 1 or 2 voice recording exercises. If you need some feedback, you can record yourself completing those exercises, and then you can send your audio response to me by email and let me know what lesson it is, and then I will give you feedback. I'll let you know how you're doing with your practice. And that way you can monitor your pronunciation practice as you go through the pronunciation part of my TOEFL course. Okay? All right, let's keep going.
Background and your work history. I'm a pharmacist. I worked as a pharmacist in a retail pharmacy in Jordan.
Okay.
Why is it important for you to improve your speaking and the pronunciation abilities?
Okay, so far you're having pretty good control. You're using past tense verbs to talk about past tense actions. That's a good sign.
Of American English. I need to pass the TOEFL test. I need to get 93 in TOEFL.
Okay.
To work as a pharmacist in the United States.
Okay.
What do you hope to achieve in this course? I hope to achieve 93. I hope to be a pharmacist. I hope to get 26 on speaking, 24 on writing, and 22 on reading. Thank you.
And probably 21 or 18 in listening, whatever. So, okay, so the next thing is, let's talk about your intelligibility score. So, one thing that I think is important for you, AA, is when I was listening to your speaking, as you're answering those questions, you're using pretty basic grammar. You're using a lot of simple sentences, which that's not really what you want to do, at least not during TOEFL speaking tests. You want to be able to use a combination of simple, compound, complex, and compound complex sentences, right? And that's going to show you have a little bit more advanced grammar. So it's going to be a good idea for you to study, not just for speaking, but you also need to work a lot in the grammar part of my course so you can develop a little bit more advanced control over your English grammar. Okay, so based on your answers and everything, though, generally you have pretty good control over your language use and your pronunciation is fairly clear. You do have some things that you need to work on, as already pointed out. Your intelligibility score here, I'm going to put you the high intermediate level. I'm going to put you at about 4.9 out of 7. That means that you speak clearly for the most part. You can look at the description here. I will put this in the link into your email. You have obvious accent pronunciation variations, but they usually do not interfere with understanding. You have vocabulary, you can answer things with sustained discourse. Variety of grammatical structure, I'm going to say maybe no, you're not really doing that. So that's something that you can work on, but I'm still going to put you in that area. So 4.9 out of 7. Alright, so here's the thing. As you're going through my pronunciation lessons, I recommend that you read out loud as I teach you the information in those videos. And you want to be able to read with me out loud at about the same pace, with the same rhythm, with the same tone, and with similar pauses. You want to make sure you're not pausing too much when you're doing your pronunciation practice, because that helps you develop the appropriate pacing that you need to perform well in the speaking section of the TOEFL exam. All right? And there are your comments. So thank you for doing my pronunciation pretest. And happy holidays from Oak Hills, California, the United States of America.